Welcome to part 4 in our Moving the Ball series, making quick decisions with the ball. In order to make quick decisions with the ball, you have to have an idea of where you're going to pass the ball before you get the ball. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use 4 basic scenarios as examples. For each scenario, you will run through the following checklist. 1. Take a snapshot of what's going on. You will need to know what side 2 meters is set on. What kind of defense is the opposing team running? Is anyone open? Is anyone gaining advantage? As you gain experience and the offensive and defensive sets become more complex, you will add to this list, but for now, we're going to keep it simple. 2. Based on the snapshot, figure out where the ball needs to go primarily. Also, see where your other options are as well. 3. Do your release move to get open. 4. Step out to the ball and in one motion, be ready to make your primary pass or a quick adjustment if the primary pass is no longer available. Let's take a look at the first scenario. I'm at the left flat or the 4 position, and the ball is at point or the 3 position. Now let's run through our checklist. First thing I need to do is take a snapshot of what's going on. I'm going to find out what side set is on first. I look into 2 meters, I see that 2 meters is set on my side. So I immediately know the ball needs to be entered from either my position, the flat, or the wing position. The next thing I do is look at the defense. Are they dropping into 2 meters, or are they fully pressed out? I look down at the wing position, and I see the wing defender is fully pressed out. Number 2 on my checklist. Since the wing defender is fully pressed out, my primary pass is going to be right into 2 meters. Step 3 is to do my release move. I'm going to do my stroke, chop, cross. And number 4, I step out, and in one motion, I'm ready to make my primary pass, which I've already decided is going to be 2 meters. As I'm stepping out and going into my passing motion, I notice that nothing has changed. The wing defender is still pressed out. So I go ahead and make that pass into 2 meters in one motion quickly. Now let's take a look at our second scenario. I am again at that 4 position, the flat, and the ball is at point. Let's run through our checklist. I'm going to take a snapshot of what's going on. What side is 2 meters set on? I see 2 meters is set on my side. Now I take a look at that wing defender. I see the wing defender is dropped into 2 meters. That's my snapshot. Number 2, based on that snapshot, where does the ball need to go? I can't put the ball into 2 meters primarily since the wing defender is dropped in. My primary pass is going to be towards that wing position, or I may want to reverse the ball to the other side if we run a new into 2 meters. Three, do my release move to get open. 4, step out to the ball and in one motion be ready to make that pass down to the wing. Check and see if anything's changed. If not, I make that pass right down to the wing, and then we go from there. Scenario 3. I am again at that 4 position at the flat. Ball is at the point. Let's take a look at 2 meters. I see that 2 meters is fronted, and our 2 meter player has inside water. I can't make that pass into 2 meters. I don't have the proper angle. But the wing position does have the proper angle. So based on my snapshot, I know my primary pass is going to be to that wing player closest to me, the 5. Now it's time to do the release move. Step out and in one motion be ready to work that ball down to the 5. As I'm stepping out, I'm glancing into 2 meters to see if something changed. Nothing changed. My wing teammate did a nice release move for me, so I step out, I work it down to the wing drops it into 2 meters, and we're on our way to a goal. Now let's take a look at our last example, scenario 4. Scenario 4 starts off the same way as the first scenario. I take a snapshot. I see 2 meters is set on my side. I see the wing defender is all the way pressed out at the 5. Now I assess my primary pass and my other options. My primary pass would be straight into 2 meters. My other options would be to go down to that wing at the 5 if the 5 defender drops into 2 meters while I'm doing my step out move. Number 3, now I do my release move. Next, I step out, and in one motion, I'm ready to make my primary pass, which is into 2 meters. However, something now has changed. As I'm stepping out, I see that that wing defender is crashing into 2 meters. So instead of going into 2 meters, my primary option, I'm now going to go to my secondary option, and in one motion, I go down to the wing, and we attack. Well, this concludes our 4-part series on moving the ball. We started in the first video on initiating the drive. Then in videos 2 and 3, we covered the chop stroke release and the V release. And now, the 4th part, making quick decisions. Please check out all of our videos on our Shaquatics YouTube page. And remember, at higher levels of competition, you have to make quick decisions with the ball. For Shaquatics Water Polo, I'm David Farkas. We'll see you next time.